All right. So there's no special features that this has that the IS wouldn't have. I know we went a little crazy in the IS. In the RC, I will test it out a bit if that's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let's see, we'll get a little 40 roll. If you had to choose the IS 350, 500, and the RC 350, which one you going with? What's this? This is bringing back memories. Got the red bow, except we ain't got the BBSs on this one. As you can see, we are back at Lexus of Santa Barbara. Someone looking like they're getting a bow. There's Joe right there. Got the LC 500 right here. If we come right over here, as you guys can see in the title and the thumbnail, we're gonna be testing out this RC 350, the highly requested. This thing is pretty nice, not gonna lie. Got the white exterior, the black interior. This thing's sick. This is more my style. You know, Zaina likes the IS, that's what she got. That actually looks like her car right there, except hers has the BBSs. But I'm more of a coupe guy myself. And if I'm being totally honest, this one looks pretty damn nice. The front end is a bit different. You see you got the different headlights. Still very unique. Obviously you only got 2 doors on this one instead of the 4-door on the IS. And the rear end, you got 2 tail lights instead of, I mean that's still 2 tail lights, but this one's not connected like the one over there, which I do prefer myself.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and back this one out for you.
Sounds good. With the red interior on this one, we're gonna have to come back, see if we could get in one of these. All right, here it is. Everyone was requesting the RC 350, so we got it finally. I'm here with my guy Mauricio.
What's going on?
We were going over it a bit, and there's not too many differences. I don't know if there's any differences, honestly, as far as performance goes. I know it has the same horsepower, 311 from what I've seen. Same engine, right?
That's right. That's right. It does have the same engine on it. Some of the main differences, this is a 2023 ultra white. The F Sport color. This is a 2-door, so it's a coupe. It looks more sporty. It's harder to come by. I've seen less of these since I've been here. It's really more of a sporty experience,
yeah,
for sure.
It's for the single man that doesn't have a family, maybe.
Something like that. Something like that.
I love the IS. I love the IS. That thing looks crazy. It looks sick. But this one looks dope, man. I don't know. I'm more of a coupe type of person myself. And one thing that I really like about this one, if we go around back, because y'all know when I first seen the IS, I wasn't too crazy about the rear end of that thing with the Tron connected tail light thing in the back.
That's true.
It did grow on me. I do like it now.
Yeah.
But this one, and honestly, I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm kind of used to the connected tail light, so I do kind of like the look of that now.
Right.
Because first initially, I preferred the look of this. Now I don't know. You guys could let us know in the comments, what do y'all prefer, the connected one or the separated one? Because now I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
I feel like it's all the same designs and the same line work.
Yeah.
But you know, this one, it takes on a different shape. It's all got that similar omotenashi, you know, Japanese type of styling to it. I personally do like the RC, maybe because it's a little more rare, maybe because if I'm gonna go with the sport car, the RC is gonna be a little more sporty to me, the way it looks a little bit to me.
One thing that does make me think about is the weight difference. I wonder if there's a weight difference. So confirming on Google, they do weigh just about the same. You said these ones are a little more rare?
Definitely. Since I've been here, I've only seen a handful, pre-owned or new, and the pre-owned ones go fast too.
What about trunk space? Do we got the same amount of trunk space? Where the heck is the thing at? Here it is. It looks the same, I mean, from what I've seen in the IS. Well, there goes that. There it is. All right, same exact engine, not much to see there. I know in the IS 350 there's plenty of room in the back. Oh, I don't know if you're fitting anybody back there.
No, this is a little more. If you had to.
If you had to. I mean, let's see once this thing goes back. Hopefully I don't lose my legs. Yeah, you're a little sardined up back here. I'm 6 foot. Oh shoot. I mean, you could do it, I guess. You could do it. It's not very comfortable. If you put the seat up a little bit, you know, you slouch down.
If you had to, you know, it's like, oh, somebody can't drive, you know.
Yeah.
You guys all came to the, like, you can make it happen. You might not want to take a 4-hour road trip, somebody else's car, but you could make it happen in case you needed to.
Yeah, something quick. You know, I am 6 foot, so like if you're under 6 foot, it might be a little more comfortable, but you know, for something quick, I could do this if I needed to, you know. And I'm sure on this side they could put the seat up a lot more, make it a little more comfortable for you. So it ain't impossible, but not preferred. It looks pretty similar. I know the steering wheel is the same as the IS, and everything else I can't really see much differences. I'll look once we get back in the IS in a bit. The seats look a little different, but it looks pretty much the same to me. Before we jump in this thing and go for a ride, what is the price difference between the RCs and the ISs?
This one's gonna be at a higher price point.
At a higher price point?
Yeah, it depends on how it's made, obviously, in the trim level and things like that.
So if we say like a fully loaded IS versus a fully loaded RC, what would the price difference be on that?
I would say roughly probably a 5 to 10.
5 to 10?
Probably for
Oh
sure.
wow.
Yeah.
What is this one right here? Just in case y'all want to come and check it out, we are at Lexus of Santa Barbara, and you can come see my guy Maurice.
This one here, 59,605 MSRP.
All right.
And I mean, it's not so big of a jump from the ISs, because the ISs are around in that 50 range anyway.
Yeah. So as far as the wheel options go, I know the IS 350s, you could get the BBS option. This looks like the base model option for these wheels here in particular. Can you get the BBSs with the 350?
You can't. You can get the Inkies, I believe is how you pronounce them. And,
oh, okay. So what about as far as I know on the IS 350, not the 500, but the 350, it comes with an all-wheel drive option. Is that an option you could get on the RC?
It's still an option for this car. Yeah.
Okay. With all that being said, man, without further ado, let's take this thing on a spin. All right, the moment everybody's been waiting for. So we got, looks like all the same modes over here. You got eco, you got normal / custom, then you got sport and sport plus. I think we'll just throw this thing into sport plus. Corey took me last time to his little favorite spot. I don't really remember though which way it was. I know we went this way.
Was it a little straightaway?
Yeah, it was like a straightaway on the, we went on the freeway. I think we took this left.
So I do know a little straightaway.
Okay.
Do you want to get freeway time into?
Yeah, we could do it.
Okay, let's turn left right here.
All right, bet. This thing wants to get up and go. Looks like we got all the same seat features over here. You can set your seat to whatever you want. You got 1, 2, and 3, almost identical to the IS on the interior. Same steering wheel, same feel, very comfortable. It does obviously feel smaller in here. I like the feeling. The IS almost seems a little wider. Still very comfortable, I will say that. So there's no like special features that this has that the IS wouldn't have?
Yeah, I feel like this one's just more of a different style.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the features are standard between both.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like this one drives a little different.
Still has the engine sound option, or you can hear the engine a little more. You turn up this little volume right here down on the left. So we're gonna be on the freeway for a little while?
Yeah.
Okay. I know we went a little crazy in the IS. It has a little get up to it.
You can get away with going like 150 and nobody will bother you.
That sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, you got to.
Let's try a 40 roll. You know, I wouldn't normally do that in a brand new vehicle. We got a little hyped up that day, but in the RC, I want to respect the vehicle. It is new. It's not broken in yet. You know, we will test it out a bit if that's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
we can test it out.
it is a sports car. At the end of the day, it's supposed to be driven, you know, like one.
So we can test it out. That's
put
cool.
in sports.
All right. Sounds good. The sound is definitely there. You know, you got a nice naturally aspirated V6 sound. Seems about the same as the IS, which I mean makes sense. Same engine, same amount of horsepower, same weight, so obviously it's gonna feel pretty damn similar. I mean, maybe there's slight differences in the aerodynamics that would make it drive a little differently, because I know you said it does seem to drive a bit differently than the IS.
Yeah, it must be, you know, the whole overall shape of the car that would give you a little bit of a different feel, because they both have, I mean, the same horsepower, same engine, even the dimensions are pretty much the same. But it kind of, I think it's just a difference in where you're seated in the car, where you're in the body of the car,
That's
kind of the view of it.
Yeah, because there is a sportier feel, for sure. Like, there is a sportier feel in there. You could definitely tell the difference of being in a coupe and a sedan. You got that sporty driver cockpit feel. We're in manual. We can test out the paddle shifters a bit. What about the fuel economy? Is it about the same?
It's also the same. So about 21 city, 31 highway.
The same thing that I say in the IS goes for this. These cars drive extremely smooth. They're very comfortable. You almost don't feel any of the bumps or imperfections in the road. It just seems to glide right over them. The steering is very crisp. I mean, it's just an overall super enjoyable driving experience. I've never been big on Lexuses until, you know, Zay, as you guys know, got the IS, which put me on to the Lexuses. I got in, you know, the IS 350 and I drove it. And I was like, wow, this is actually, you know, a really enjoyable car. I mean, I always liked the look of them, but I never thought to, you know, purchase one for myself. But I will say the driving experience is like up there with any of the other cars that I've driven in this class. Probably at the top, I would say. And as you guys can see in here, we got plenty of power to be able to do what we need to do out here. The IS 500 obviously has a bit more. It has the V8. If you guys haven't seen that video we previously did, go check that out. We'll be doing a full comparison of, you know, the IS 350 versus the 500, and then we'll throw the RC in there as well. You could pretty much say it's the same with some slight differences. Obviously this is the coupe. There is a difference in the driving experience as far as, you know, like I said before, and like Maurice said, it's a little more sporty. Obviously this is a more sporty vehicle, and I like how you put it. It has pretty much the same features and everything as far as like the lines and the body composition and the engine, but it's about the placement where you're at in the vehicle that makes the difference.
That's kind of how I feel about it. Even the seat position feels like we are in like centered, in the body of the car a little bit more than the IS. I think it's because of the back row. So right now it kind of feels like you're comfortable in your seat and the car is just right there underneath you, going with you.
I agree.
Though the IS does have that grip on the ground too. It's just this one might have a little overs in terms of that. And
that makes a difference, like where the weight is distributed in the car. Exactly. So that's true. That's a very good point. All right, let's test these paddle shifters out a bit more.
So you do feel a difference between this and IS?
I do feel a slight difference, because like you said, I feel like the weight distribution from the placement of like where the weight is at, like the seats and everything, do make it a little a little bit different. And like I said, it could be the placebo of being in something new and like, you know, trying to pinpoint, oh, where the difference is at. I'll be able to say it better once I get back in the IS.
Right.
But for now, from what I'm feeling, it does feel a bit more planted, and yeah, it's just more of a sporty feel is kind of how I could put it. See, we'll get a little 40 roll. See how this thing does, how it picks up. There was uphill. Yeah, I mean, these things, it's not gonna be the fastest car. I mean, depending on what you're coming from. I have an M4, so for me, obviously, and mine's manual, so you get more of that initial hit. So for me, it's not like the fastest car, but if you're coming from something like, if you've never driven a car like this, you're gonna be plenty satisfied with it, and you definitely have more than enough get up in it to have fun, to get around people when you need to. And obviously, as you guys hear, the thing sounds amazing. And I mean, if you want more of a sound, all you got to do is chop off that muffler and you know you're gonna be sounding crazy. And I'm sure there's tons of different exhaust options that you guys could go with. I know even from the factory there's performance exhaust options that they could get, right?
That's right.
To make it sound a little beefier as well. So yeah, man, this thing is it's a dope car. This thing sounds sick though. I won't lie about that. I do miss that naturally aspirated sound, and this little thing helps a lot as well. Some people will say they don't like it because artificial sound or whatever, but it's the actual sound of the engine. They just have, from what Corey said last time, they have what is it, like mics, or they have something in the engine to allow it to feed through to the cabin of the vehicle. That way you get more of that sound in here. Crisp. We got the crisp handling on this thing.
It's easy to get around in this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, this thing is super smooth. Like, you feel like you could just, you know, you got full control of this thing. Oh yeah. So what would you say, if you had to choose, you know, between the IS 350, the 500, and the RC 350, which one you going with?
I mean, obviously, when you throw the 500 in there, it kind of sounds like a no-brainer, but it's also like gas.
Yeah. With everything, you know, everything considered.
Everything considered, you know, the IS seems like it's more practical just because of having the back seats. If I'm just thinking about myself, and if someone were to just hand it to me and give me the option of the 3 right now, I'd probably choose the RC.
Yeah.
Just because it is a little more sporty. At the end of the day, all 3 of them are sports car sporty looking. But between the V8, you know, I'm gonna choose not to get a V8 right now.
Yeah, you choose not to get it?
Yeah, I would not get it right now. But that's just because of these gas prices.
Yeah, gas prices are a bit crazy, you know, and they don't seem to be getting any better. And then the price difference, so this is basically the same price as a IS 500, right?
So these ones were starting at like I said, like a 5 jump at MSRP versus the IS. So
that's the 350.
The 350. But the V8, you know, that's like a 10. That's like
about
a 10 jump between the 350 and the 500.
So the 500 is still a little more expensive. Nice. All right, there it is, man. The much anticipated. You guys finally got it. I finally got to drive this car, and I have to say, you know, I thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of similarities. I will be able to tell the difference again hopping back into the IS 350 right now. So stay tuned for the full comparison. But man, I enjoyed it. appreciate you, Mauricio, for, you know, going with me,
Of course.
giving us the info on it. If you guys have any questions, you guys are interested in one of these or anything in there, come hit them up.
Let me know.
Yes,
Be
sir.
more than happy. Take anything you want for a spin, and we can figure it out together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys already know Lexus of Santa Barbara. Super cool people. Highly recommend them. They worked with me and Zay on the IS350. And, you know, they're very family oriented the way they do things here. So come check them out. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Salute.